Well, I'm going to bore you again with my garden because I'm so proud and happy of it. All this here was a very small plant, only one, and this is spaghetti squash. I'm just trying to get into the garden. Here we go. And it's got flowers. Let's see, there. Bugs. Flowers in there. Trying to have a look here. Yep. Which means I'm getting spaghetti squash. I'm not very used to it, but I thought I'd give it a shot and try it. And wow, quite the growth. This here is my potatoes. They're red potatoes, and the flowers are still fairly alive. I wait till these flowers literally die, and once they die, I have to dig up this part of the garden to get my red potatoes, which is fabulous. Then I don't have to buy the stuff that's turned into gold as of late. This here is broccoli. I was just checking it out, and I'm not seeing anything other than huge leaves yet. That's fine. We can live with that. That's all right. And here, I thought I would do, oh, that's herb, tarragon, I think it is. Hold on, here we are. Yeah, tarragon. And this started out as just two little tiny plants. Oops. Two tiny plants and have gotten quite huge. This here, I thought I would just throw in because it was sitting in a dried area. Oregon, how do you say it, the spice? Oregon, or never mind my English, but you got the idea. Okay, and over here, I've just planted the odd pepper here and there because I have bigger peppers at the back, which I'll show you, just to come in maybe a little later in the season. This here is the purple basil. I can say that in English, funny enough. And that there is watermelon, and it's taking a long time. Unfortunately, I had to start it off with seed in there, thinking I probably wouldn't get it, but I might, who knows. This here, which I thought I was doing watermelon, is actually big, huge sunflowers. The birds are going to love me for that, and squirrels, but hopefully the fencing will keep them out. Isn't it amazing though? They're huge, and they're, look at the, oh, just blows my mind. They just sprouted galore. Boston lettuce, love it. I've never had it, but I love how it looks. Green leaf lettuce, love it. Eat it all the time. Nice that I don't have to buy it at the grocery store. And although this looks like the the Caesar salad stuff, the romaine, it's actually a green leaf, but I'll call it romaine because it's pretty much similar to it, and we've been eating that all week and really been enjoying it. And there's some more over there. It's growing in there. This here is cucumbers. Jim's going to build me up some more, like a trellis. I just started off small. Last year I hardly got a thing, and this year I'm thinking I'm going to get me quite the cucumbers because they're growing, touch wood, very healthy. Very, very healthy. Beside them are tomatoes. I swore I wouldn't go crazy on tomatoes. Unfortunately, swearing I can do, but I forgot not to go crazy on them. So I've got a mixture of regular tomatoes, beef eaters, and cherry tomatoes. And way back over there, when we get to the hothouse, I've got some on the outside. I can't kill them. And I've given a couple away to my daughter-in-law, and hopefully she'll take some more off my hands. This here is my corn. Last year I tried to grow corn, and the rabbits got at it, and so did the bandits. Now that we're fenced in, she's looking pretty good. I swear to God, it was larger or taller last year, but I'm happy. This is going to be great having our own corn. We don't eat too much corn, so it'll be a treat. All right, potatoes back over there, as I said. This here, and somebody correct me if I'm wrong, is asparagus, not the part of the asparagus, but I was told it's really, really long, like literally leaning over. I was told, and I know this is right, it takes 2 to 3 years to get a good harvest on asparagus, but I was told not to cut it or break it down. So I'm almost thinking, so is it because this green little stuff here is seeds and it's gonna, you know, fall down and make its own? I don't know. Over there we've got cherry tomatoes. I just couldn't bear to leave them. I got to trim them off. Back in there I got some herbs in a container. And let's see, cucumbers I've already shown you. This is a different angle. This one's growing really tall. More tomatoes. Couldn't get rid of them, you know what I mean? You grow them. More herbs. Really enjoying growing herbs. I'm going to dry them all out at some point. We've got some banana peppers. They're sweet banana peppers. And I've already picked a few. And there's still some sitting waiting. And I just enjoy seeing them sitting there so early. So they're doing really well. We've got a cherry tomato. Oh my god, this is the first time I'm seeing tomatoes on it, so that's really cool. Didn't even notice that earlier. There's a pepper, tiny. There's another pepper. I think there are the greens, and I've got red, I think, somewhere else in the hothouse that I have to transplant out here. We got beans. I'll be getting a trellis for those. No, they're bush beans, so we're okay. But I will be getting Jem to make me a trellis for the peas. I don't have a lot planted right now, but I have more seeds planted in hopes to growing more. There's some herb, dill, and more freaking tomatoes. Gosh. Another pepper down there. And this here, I believe, is the... Oh, which one is it? Sage? Rosemary? It's one of them anyways. I have to always look it up to double check it. Bad memory. Another pepper in there, near that spin wheel thing. More dill over there. Beans. This is so cool. I love gardening. Okay, so, and that's of course is tons of tomatoes. Last year I had so many, I still have bottles of it. Stewed tomatoes and, whoops. And, oh, salsa, spaghetti sauce. I still have it. I'm going to have to use that up because I'm going to be dinged with a bunch more. Over there I just put a container for potatoes. They're ready because we have to fill in still and finish the garden in this area. So there's a lot more to fill in. So I didn't want to waste space. Goodness, here's that squash. Now, I'm going to climb out of here. And that radio's on because it keeps the critters away, hopefully. My poor marigolds, I left them in the hothouse, forgot that bees need to come around and pollinate them to bring them flowers. So I'm going to water them up in a bit and hope that'll happen soon. Another tomato. Oh gosh, and it's actually happening. And then there's some tiny ones that I've got to get to this week to replant. Anybody want a tomato plant? Those are cherries that I just showed you. Oh, look at this. I'll be putting these in bigger pots and I'll be putting them in the ground come fall. These are the blueberries bushes, 2 blueberry bushes. Apparently when you grow blueberries, you need to buy 2 of them to get a good amount. Works for me. And of course, entry into the hothouse. This is the potatoes that are in here, and the flowers are pretty much done. So that tells me that I will be digging out of this area, which means we can move this container that I have them in over to here more, and where all these bags of dirt are, my hubby can make me another one of these beds, raised garden. Here's asparagus again. Look how long and tall it is in there. I'm told not to pick it, not to cut it. I guess I'd better Google it, eh? It's really cool. In between I've got some onions growing. Didn't want to sit there and waste space, so there's some onions. Oh gee, look at these. Cherry tomatoes. I'm going to have a bunch of them. I don't know what I was thinking when I was seeding all this stuff into little containers. That there is peas and beans that I'm hoping it'll come up to add more into the ground. In all honesty, I can just put the seeds into the ground. I just thought I'd throw them in this first. My God, is that not a turd from an animal? Holy shit! An animal got in here. Look at that! That is a turd. Oh, that's disgusting now. Is it not? Or is it coming from... No, that looks like a turd. Oh, good Lord. You can see something going on, eh? The beans are starting to shoot up. over here is my beets and more freaking cucumbers. Huge, 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 huge leaves. I guess the heat in the hothouse. And this is what I have to get out. It's not doing any good. Is my red pimento peppers. They're kind of tucked back there, not realizing the beets were going to cover them. And some that look a little bit dry, I had to take them out of the big bush area because I was afraid some of them wouldn't grow, and I'm hoping it'll still grow, but who knows? Look at all these flowers! Look at this! Huge, huge, huge. I've got a trellis that's going to go in here too because, again, this is not enough. But boy, do they ever hang on when they get in this, I'll tell you. Here's my strawberry plant. Not sure what I'm up to with this yet. It's still in a pot and it'll stay there for now, this year. Now again, we got beets in here, and I also did celery. This is celery, right? And I think it's just a little crowded, but I've seen other people's gardens that can be crowded. These are hopefully, these are Ashley, these are yours, and hopefully I'll get some pickling ones, in all honesty. I have also planted other seeds in here, hoping for them to grow, so maybe. Over there is carrots. I had them in a container last year and they worked out pretty well. I just threw them in here, thought I'd try it. They take forever, forever, forever to grow. And I did have chard. Picked it. Picked that one. I didn't plant a lot because we're not big chard lovers. Sue gave us some last year. I thought she would be doing more this year. Wasn't sure. I didn't get too crazy on it. And there's onions. Now, I just had room, so I thought, you know what? There they go. But I'm kind of wondering if I should have done the same as last year. Look at all the flowers of the cucumbers. Ashley, these are yours. Just beautiful. Anyways, that's it so far. I don't know, Ashley, about this one because I bought some too. And then I put a few seeds down way back when. There's more onions in between the cherry tomatoes. Last year I did a bunch of onions, and I had, I guess there were Spanish onions and yellow onions, and I had them all winter long. It was great. Didn't have to buy an onion. Okay, that's it. Hope you enjoyed my boring show of my typical garden and how it's growing, considering our weather has not been the greatest. And I'll just keep bugging y'all. I hope you enjoyed it.